bringing the heat of Caribbean to Canada. Guys, it's not authentic Jamaican food, it's inspired Jamaican. Scotch Bonnet, viewers, आपके लिए क्या कुछ करना पड़ता है? Let's try.
If you haven't subscribed to Into Spices, subscribe now.
Sharing space with dill pickle.
That's right.
Hashtag next level. Assalamualaikum, ahlan wa sahlan to all our friends and viewers around the world. Welcome to your favorite YouTube channel, Into Spices. मैं हूँ अरफान आपका मेज़बान. उम्मीद है आप लोग खैरियत से होंगे. First of all, thank you to all our viewers, all our subscribers, जिनके support की वजह से माशाल्लाह Into Spices की team was featured on CBC Marketplace as well as अभी कुछ दिन पहले ही हमने बड़ा मज़े का इंटरव्यू किया. अगर वो वीडियोस आपने नहीं देखी, ज़रूर देखिएगा. Both the videos, उनके जो links है are in the description box below to get to know a little bit more about Into Spices के पीछे हमारा मकसद क्या है. क्योंकि we want Into Spices to be a platform where we can showcase inspirational journeys, success stories and not to forget hidden gems. और ऐसी ही hidden gem की आज एक स्टोरी है, तो चलते हैं, एक्सप्लोर करते हैं the taste, जायका and ज़ौक़ of Island Grill in Mississauga. Let's go. So Yasser, you know, like when people hear the name Shima and Yasser, right? Obviously roots from Pakistan. People start immediately thinking, yaar inki cuisine wahi hoga, wahi biryani hogi, you'll have the nihari, the paya, you know, the typical cuisine that's associated with, you know, like us Pakistanis. But over here, it's like a complete googly that you have thrown to the customers who are walking in. So talk us about why the Caribbean cuisine and throwing in the term googly, because I've heard you play cricket as well.
It happened because obviously it was inspired by our travels, and some part of it was definitely because of cricket as well.
Right.
We travel a lot, we go to all these islands and we eat such amazing food that it's hard to replicate when you come back here, hard to find it here. Another reason was to provide a halal version of this to our fellow Muslims. You know, a lot of them, they don't get to enjoy this food,
right,
because it's not always available as an halal option. So yes, definitely inspired by our travels. We travel a lot.
And I liked what you just said, that this is not authentic Jamaican, it's inspired. You're adding your own twist to it.
Absolutely.
Because again, wahi cheez hai na ki, you know, like you can't get that, for example, pimento wood.
Yes.
Where are you going to get that from?
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
So when it comes to ingredients, there's a lot of, you know, like things that are kind of central to Jamaican cuisine,
yes,
right? So how are you sourcing those ingredients?
Well, that's the toughest part, because we have to buy from Jamaican stores that actually source it back from Jamaica. Most of those stores have their own farms in Jamaica.
Right.
And they bring their own scallions, they bring their own Scotch bonnet pepper, they bring their own thyme, ginger, and a lot of those spices that you can get the flavor only if you get certain stuff from Jamaica.
Okay.
Without it, we cannot call it jerk chicken or an oxtail stew.
Correct.
Even though it's inspired and it's a fusion, but the core ingredients remain the same.
Right.
Which are again Scotch bonnet, jerk chicken, scallions, and you know, pimento. We don't have pimento, so what we do is we sprinkle pimento seeds on our grill, which burnt at the end, it burns and it gives that smoky pimento
amazing
flavor.
That's a good hack, basically.
Yeah.
You know, like,
you know where I got it from? Basically it's from smoking the charcoal, how we do it in Pakistan.
Right.
You know how we give smoke
right,
to the charcoal, so that's just
so you're just sprinkling pimento.
Yeah, if you look at my grill, you'll see one right there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I see that.
you see them. I just sprinkle them around and they burn and they
burn and they give they infuse the aroma.
Yes.
Okay. Can we just show our viewers some of the spices that you've got over here?
Absolutely. I have this on a plate. So this is Jamaican green onions. It's called scallions.
Scallions, okay.
And this is Scotch bonnet. That's thyme. This is the rub that we put on. It consists of all these and a bunch of other secret ingredients.
Okay.
Again, this is a jerk paste, which is pretty much a wet mixture of the same ingredients and a few others.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Yasser, sorry to cut you off, but when it comes to preparing jerk, you know, like marinating the jerk meat,
yes,
I think the way it's usually done is that you've got the dry rub that first goes in,
Yes,
and then on top of it is the wet one, right?
that is correct. Yes.
And then how long does the cooking process take?
So we marinate it mostly overnight, or the longer it marinates, the better it gets.
Okay.
So as you can see, this is full of spices inside the chicken. You can see there's scallions, there's pepper, there's garlic. You'll see pimento inside here somewhere too as well. The cooking process is about hour and a half. It's cooked slow, and then we put it on the grill.
Okay.
And it's perfectly grilled, and then it's served with rice and peas and coleslaw.
Amazing. And you got the, like pimento as well over here, I can
Yes.
see. Your slogan, bringing the heat of Caribbean to Canada, right?
Absolutely.
How hot on a scale of 1 to 10 is the Scotch bonnet?
The Scotch one is pretty hot. I mean, if you're brave enough to try, I would love for you to have a piece.
Is that a challenge?
Definitely.
You're talking to the correct people.
Oh.
We are into spices. We love spicy food.
Oh, you can
Okay.
pick a color.
So I won't be too brave. I won't go for the red one. I'll
Alright.
probably go for the green one.
Green one, okay.
Go for the smaller one.
Ooh, smaller one, spicy.
Oh, spicy?
Smaller it gets, the spicier they get.
The smaller it is,
Right.
the spicier it is. Let's try Scotch bonnet at Island Grill.
He's brave.
So yeah, sir.
Good luck.
Wish me luck. First bite.
We don't have any milk here, just so you know.
First bite. Scotch bonnet. Viewers, आपके लिए क्या कुछ करना पड़ता है? Let's try.
What do you think?
It's got a familiar crunch like a bell pepper,
Yeah,
but it's got heat in it.
definitely.
And now that the seeds are coming in my mouth,
Oh.
it's slowly setting in. But really nice. It's got that.
Has a fruity flavor.
It's got a fruity flavor to it.
Yes.
That's what I was about to say. It's got a nice crunch to it.
He's having more. Wow. Well, it tastes much better with the food, I'll guarantee you that.
Let's try it with the food now. So again, Yasser, there's this misconception that, like with Jamaican cuisine, is the meat going to be halal or no?
The cuisine is Jamaican, but the meat is halal. The meat is sourced locally halal. The chicken is from Sergeant Farms, and the beef is from St. Helens, which is HMS certified. Both hand slaughtered halal. We're Muslims and we eat halal ourselves strictly. So it's only the halal meat that you'll find here.
So it's hand slaughtered, Zabiya
Hand-slaughtered,
halal. Because
Zabiya.
again, ever since we did this whole
Yes.
CBC Marketplace,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
video and stuff,
You guys are setting a standard, a high standard.
I think there was a much needed awareness.
Absolutely.
Which again, CBC Marketplace did an amazing job.
Yes.
All credit to CBC Marketplace. An awesome job in putting a spotlight on this issue, right?
Definitely.
Because again, when you have to label halal on something, the
Yes.
price automatically goes up.
It does. The halal meat is more expensive.
As a consumer, you have a right to ask the restaurant, like, if I'm paying for something, am I actually
Absolutely.
getting that in return or not?
I agree 100%, and every restaurant should be able to provide food.
So viewers, that masterclass with Yasser in the kitchen was amazing. I mean, when he was, preparing all the food for us, the smells, the aroma, it was just out of this world, straight from the Caribbean. Or जब Jamaican cuisine की बात होती है, right? When you're talking about Jamaica, the first thing that comes to your mind, the name that comes to your mind, if you're a cricket fan like me, is the universe boss, Chris Gayle. There are other legendary names as well that are associated with that island, Jamaica. I think it's the third largest island in the West Indies. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section. Because my geography itni khas nahi hai. But I think it's the third largest island in the West Indies, right? So there's a lot of legendary names like Bob Marley, Shaggy, Usain Bolt. Like a lot of legendary names that have come from that island. And जिस तरह से legendary नाम है, इसी तरह से cuisine है of Jamaica, of the Caribbean, starting off my journey of Caribbean flavors at Island Grill with the spicy oxtail stew. Just look at this. I mean, the serving size is pretty good. The spicy oxtail, again, I don't remember oxtail anywhere, especially halal oxtail anywhere in the GTA. So for me, this is like a completely new flavor profile, and it comes on a bed of rice. There's a little bit of coleslaw as well. And again, the smells. Wow. So थोड़ा सा oxtail लेते हैं यहाँ से, meat. Okay जी, we've taken a little bit of the rice, the spicy oxtail, and coleslaw. Let's try the spicy oxtail, which is so tender. It's just, like, bas touch karne ki zarurat hai. I mean, the meat, it's so tender. It's just falling apart. So we've got the oxtail with the parboiled rice. ये आपके वो बासमती rice नहीं है जो बिरयानी में होता है. This is the, like classic Caribbean style rice. Parboiled rice with oxtail. First bite. Bismillah. Wow. The meat is so soft, juicy and tender. And rice के साथ ऐसे घुल मिल गया जैसे समझ ले कि मीट की जो ग्रेवी होती है ना, it's just infused, seeped into the rice as giving you such a nice hearty feeling because again Caribbean cuisine है, island food है. So there's a lot of soul in that food, right? And over here they've got the lima beans in it. Rice के साथ red kidney beans हैं. I'm getting a taste of potatoes and carrots in it. You can't really see it because it's all like kind of blended very nicely together. So you really can't see it, but you can feel the taste on your tongue. And flavors, really, really good. Loving it. And viewers, if you're like me, right, never had the chance of trying out oxtail meat. Something like a Caribbean version of nihari, basically. It's like soft, like tender, like nihari ki boti jis tarah se hoti hai, falls apart in your hands. It's like very tender meat, but it's got a really nice smoky, barbecue flavor to it. Excellent. Next चलते हैं jerk chicken की तरफ. Oxtail को अभी संभाल के साइड पे रख देते हैं, जो बहुत मज़े का है. इसको मैं बाद में ख़त्म करूँगा. अब चलते हैं jerk chicken की तरफ. And चेहरे पे जो नूर आ रहा है वो इसलिए आ रहा है कि यूजली देयर इज़ वन डिश, लाइक आप लोगों को पता है 1 or 2 डिशेस होती हैं जिसकी वजह से पूरा लाइक व्लॉग बन रहा होता है एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स, राइट. तो लास्ट टाइम जब हम लोग आए थे, मैं अपनी क्या बात करूँ, लाइक जब मैं घर पे लेके गया ये जर्क चिकन, मुझे तो सिर्फ 1 या 2 बाइट्स खाने को मिली. हमारे घर पे एक बड़ी पिकी ईटर है. शी टुक द होल कंटेनर, साइड पे गई, अपना खाया उसने, एंड शी गेव अ फीडबैक दैट पापा इनका व्लॉग डेफिनेटली करें क्योंकि खाना इज़ #next level. So when you look into the history of food, right, कोई भी ऐसा खाना है which is born out of necessity, let's put it that way, right? It becomes part of the culture, part of that identity of that place, that country कह लें. And so is the case with jerk chicken. Basically a dish that was born out of necessity. It was made famous by the Maroons who were there in Jamaica long time back, who were brought in from Africa to work on the plantations, and they kind of like revolted, didn't want to work for the plantations, and they went and took shelter in the mountains of Jamaica, right? तो वहाँ पे उनकी जो है मुलाकात हुई जो locals थे Jamaica के. उन्होंने उनको जो उनका एक टेक्निक था स्मोकिंग ऑफ मीट का वो सिखाया. like very very slow cook process so that like कि उस ज़माने में रेफ्रिजरेटर्स वगैरह तो होते नहीं थे, like you can't like preserve food. So it was a way of preserving meat for a longer duration. And then जैसा कि हस्ब मामूल होता है, food evolved. उन्होंने जो local ingredients थे, like the Scotch bonnet, the pimento, and pimento is like इनकी अपनी एक spice होती है, जिस तरह ऑल स्पाइस होता है ना, उसी तरह की एक स्पाइस होती है. इट लुक्स लाइक अ ब्लैक पेपर, बट जो उसका टेस्ट है इस तरह से समझ ले कि कुदरत ने बेसिकली एक स्पाइस उनको दिया जिसमें नटमेग, क्लोव, थाइम, ये सारी चीज़ों का जो है ना मिलाप उस एक छोटे से सीड में ऊपर वाले ने डाल दिया. सो दे यूज़ दैट. एंड देन पिमेंटो जो प्लांट है उसके जो वुड है उसके साथ वो स्मोक करते थे, जिसकी वजह से जर्क चिकन जो है उसके अंदर एक अरोमा आ जाता था, राइट. सो दैट्स द होल प्रोसेस ऑफ जर्किंग. इसका कोई लेना देना नहीं है कि भाई मुर्गी को कुछ हिला के कुछ नहीं बना रहे होते, झटका वगैरह नहीं दे रहे होते. जर्किंग मतलब वो नहीं है. जर्किंग इज़ अ वे ऑफ कुकिंग एंड अगेन इट बिकेम सो फेमस. कनाडा में है, मिसिसागा में है, at a restaurant, at a hidden gem actually I would say, called Island Grill, having the famous jerk chicken. Let's try jerk chicken, Island Grill, first bite. Mark Weens, my friend, if you're watching this vlog, you need to come to Island Grill and you won't be disappointed because the flavors of this jerk chicken totally, like it's bamboozling me. I'm sure, Mark Weens, you would love it as well. You can actually see the spices all the way gone inside. इन्होंने अपना एक थोड़ा सा fusion touch भी डाला इसके ऊपर because what they've done is they've added chimichurri sauce on it, which again, if you know your chimichurri sauce, अर्जेंटीना से ओरिजिनेट हुई एंड पता नहीं यासिर के हाथ कहाँ से लगी क्योंकि उन्होंने सोचा कि यार जर्क चिकन पे डाल के देखते हैं एंड वेल डन माय फ्रेंड. Yasir gave us a really nice challenge back in the kitchen. He gave me a Scotch bonnet to try out. वो Scotch bonnet थोड़ा सा spicy था. Actually थोड़ा नहीं काफ़ी ज़्यादा spicy था because when the seeds started going back into my throat तो थोड़ा सा पसीना छूटा था, झूठ नहीं बोलूँगा. But again, into spices है, spice level है हमारा भी भाई तो. But what I wanted to say was that even though they're using Scotch bonnet in this, right, which is one of the crucial ingredients in the Caribbean cuisine, along with the pimento seed and the shallots jo hote hain. So all these things are what makes or gives the identity to the Jamaican cuisine or the Caribbean cuisine, right? Even though the Scotch bonnet jo tha was spicy, but when you mix it nicely with all these ingredients, with the chimichurri sauce, with the jerk chicken seasoning and stuff, you don't really feel it. It's not like, oh my god, fire brigade ko bulao, is tarah ka spice level nahi hai. This one, hashtag next level. So viewers, we have a happy customer of Island Grill over here. How was your experience over here? What did you have?
Well, today I had jerk chicken, one of my favorites here.
Okay.
So at least once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, I'm here having some jerk chicken.
Okay.
And I try different things that they have.
Yeah.
Surf and turf is pretty good.
Okay.
And so between those two and the dessert is one of my favorite things.
They've got two desserts over here. Pina Colada, which I love, and I can see you've ordered the Black Forest.
Yeah, my favorite is Black Forest. The very first day I came here, probably a few months ago, was the first time I had it. I had the Pina Colada first, and then I had this one, so this is my favorite.
Amazing.
So whenever I come, I always have one of these.
Have you tried it with the chimichurri sauce?
The chicken?
No, the dessert.
No, not at all.
It might be a good innovation. So thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
Continue with your dessert.
All right.
And nice of you to, talk to us.
Okay, no problem.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So next चलते हैं grilled red snapper की तरफ. And if you like, your fish to be fried, अगर आप fried fish के शौकीन हैं, they even have the fried version of this. But we've got the grilled one over here. Grill पे जो चीज़ बनती है, उसका मज़ा ही अलग होता है. What Yasir was doing was a very good technique because again, like I was saying, they do not have the pimento wood over here, right? So what Yasir was doing was again, very clever chef, right? So he's taking the pimento seeds, जो actual sabut pimento है, and he was putting it on the grill. And again, when that pimento kind of smokes, right, the जो aroma है gets infused into the meat as well. जिस तरह मैंने पहले भी एक vlog में बताया था कि fish के साथ थोड़ा सा, I love fish, but I've got some issues with eating, fish with bones. So knife and fork को थोड़ी देर side पे करते हैं, and let's use our hands to make sure that we don't get any bones in it. And ये check करें. So this is what I like, that the spices are all the way inside of it. So guys, when you're having this, make sure you take out the the toothpicks and जो कांटे हैं इसके, ये खाने के नहीं होते हैं. Take them out and keep them on the side. Grilled red snapper at Island Grill. Let's try. और इनकी जो chimichurri sauce है, I mean, पूरा game इसकी वजह से बन रहा है, right? It's so zesty, so lemony. बहुत ही मज़े का taste है इसका, the chimichurri sauce. And again, it's the perfect companion of anything that you throw on a grill. Add chimichurri sauce on a nice protein. The tastes are always going to be a sixer, like Chris Gayle hits out of the ballpark. Chimichurri sauce at Island Grill. If you're walking down on the streets of Jamaica, right, the street food Jamaica जो scene है, I'm sure the aromas would be something similar to the aromas that we're getting over here. And अगर किसी चीज़ की कमी है तो it's basically having a little bit of Bob Marley music playing in the background, but otherwise the flavors, the aroma of the food over here totally on point. Next chalte hain towards the surf and turf. Let's have a look. Going towards the pepper shrimp first, which is part of the whole surf and turf, in which you've got the shrimps, you've got the steak, and the chimichurri fries. Let's try. They're really nicely looking pepper shrimps. I was going to go for a whole shrimp. Bibi ne bola, आधा कर दो, छोटा कर दो. So now I'm going towards the half size shrimp, small bite. Let's try. Pepper shrimp, Island Grill Mississauga. The way the shrimp has been grilled, on top of it they have added the, like the chimichurri sauce. You're getting like a burst of flavors on your tongue as soon as you put it in your mouth. Garlicky hai, zesty hai, and it's not overly done. It's retained all its juices. Excellently cooked. And again, jab Yasir, when he was making it in that wok with the olive oil and his secret spices, and I think he added some garlic seasoning on top of it, or उसमें भी एक थोड़ा सा oops हो गया था उनसे when he was putting the garlic pepper powder, right, or whatever that spice was. He opened it from the wrong side, right, and then the whole bottle of garlic just went into the wok. So even experts, expert chefs, sometimes like goof up, do bloopers. So anyways, that's part of life. But one thing that you need to know is, oops or not, the shrimp tastes amazing. So, finishing off our amazing, tasty, full of flavor journey of Caribbean flavors with the surf and turf steak at Island Grill Mississauga. With the steak, usually you can, like get it customized. You can tell Yasir on how you like your steak. I like my steak well done, so that's what he's given me over here. A really nicely well done steak. Loving the char marks on it. The steak, I'll come back to it, but I forgot the coleslaw. So let's try the coleslaw as well. With most of the food over here, you get like a serving of coleslaw as well. Trying the coleslaw with the steak. अच्छा से एक bite बनाते हैं. Take the steak, take some of the coleslaw. Next level bite, Island Grill Mississauga. And steak एक ऐसी चीज़ है. I can share all the food with like my team, right? Into Spices की team के साथ I can share all the food, but steak is something मेरा है भाई. I'm not sharing it with anyone because the taste of this, my friends, is G triple OD. So when you're eating the steak, इसके अंदर जो rub use हुआ है, you can taste the pimento, allspice seasoning जो add हुई है, and again, meat is the star of the dish. Very nicely grilled, done to perfection. Fries I'm eating at the very end. उसकी एक खास वजह है. So I want you to remember this fries, right? मैं नहीं बता रहा. शीमा बताएंगी आपको इस fries के पीछे क्या कहानी है. So let's wait for Shima to come and join us, and Shima is going to tell you about the fries, the chimichurri fries at Island Grill Mississauga. Viewers, today we are sitting in the company of one of the co-founders, co-owners, or actually, correct me if I'm wrong, the boss.
The boss, yeah.
Of Island Grill.
That's why I decided to wear this shirt right here, to represent that I'm the boss.
Yeah, but not just the boss.
Not just the boss, I have 3 roles plus more.
Yeah.
But those are the 3 main roles.
And I love the shirt that she's wearing because again, it kind of shows what she does on a day-to-day basis. Wife, mom, boss. So, Shima, again, pleasure having you on our channel, and really happy that we got a chance to work with you because the flavors over here, it's just amazing. The heat, and again, that's part of your slogan, right?
Exactly.
Bringing Caribbean heat to the north.
To the north.
Right? So is that why, like we're experiencing global warming or like there's no snow around anymore? Because by this time, like if I remember correctly, by this time we always, like कुछ ना कुछ snowfall हो जाता है.
Our slogan is that we're bringing heat to the north, and we're sure that through our Caribbean food, which is packed with flavors, we will bring some warmth to this cold weather, and I can guarantee that we'll spice up your plate. So for sure we're trying with the food, and we'll try to meet what our slogan says. So typically Caribbean food is spicy, and we want to keep it that way, but it's not overly spicy.
Okay.
So for example, jerk chicken, it is marinated with spices, but we also top it with jerk sauce. So if somebody says that they don't want it too spicy, then we would add it on the side. And then with everything else, we can control it. We have mild, medium, and then spicy.
Amazing. And I'm glad that you brought up jerk chicken, right? Because last time when we met you, had a very interesting story about meeting some people who had some misconception about jerk
What
chicken.
jerk chicken is.
It's kind of slaughtered using jhatka or something.
Yeah, so
what
it's-
was that all about?
So I think it's the matter of, to be honest, I never thought of jerk chicken as being referred to jhatka. But I think it was just mainly because few of the Pakistani people that I've met, when I mentioned that, we just started our Caribbean food takeout spot and we're serving jerk chicken, their misconception was that, what, jerk chicken? That just means jhatka. And they're not related at all. Jerk chicken is just the name of how it's cooked.
Yeah.
It's basically referred to dry meat.
Right.
We would not serve anything that we would not eat ourselves. So not just the meat, but even the ingredients that we use.
Okay.
We make sure that there's nothing in it that, Muslims should not be having it.
So you go through the label of
exactly.
ingredients,
so if there's
etc.
some kind of seasoning that we're using,
Okay.
I make sure, or we make sure that there's nothing in it, because there are things that
There are
could be-
definitely things, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So that is another thing, that it's not just the meat, but there's so many things involved that makes it 100% halal, which is what we're doing here.
Yasir ne abhi mujhe kuch challenge bhi diya tha. He gave me a whole Scotch bonnet. He's like, into spices ho na, try karo. It was a bit spicy, I won't lie, but again, it's not like
Maybe you
over the
got
top.
one that wasn't that.
Maybe I just got lucky. Or maybe Yasir was being nice. He knew which
And
one
that
was
is our
spicy.
main. So
Okay.
that is my favorite. The pepper itself, it is spicy for sure, but it has this very nice taste to it.
Okay.
And without that, Caribbean food is incomplete. So that is I would say, our top ingredient.
So it's one of the
Yes.
base ingredients.
Yes,
the
it has
central-
to be in
okay.
there. You cannot say, okay, I'm out of Scotch bonnet, so let's replace it with, our green chilies. No, it just doesn't work like that.
Again, you're not putting any food on the table that you wouldn't serve your family.
No.
Right? I think we met your son as well. We met your daughter as well, and they were very happy with the, like the jerk chicken and stuff. We saw them like have some of the food over here as well.
Yeah.
So it's like a family-owned restaurant, passion project, just like us. Into Spices, again, we told you it's a passion project. We love, like featuring and giving a platform. Tell your story so that, like the word spreads out, and we can play a part in helping the community grow as well, right?
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and that's exactly what our goal is, to serve our community exactly what they should be getting in terms of halal, right? And then I also really like the fact that when I reached out to you, we reached out to a few, and you were one of them, and I really liked the whole process that you guys offer. It's very honest, right? And you just came in without letting us know. You told us that this is what we do. We'll just show up one day without you knowing. And when you came in, I did recognize you as well, but obviously you denied.
I
So-
denied completely. Yeah, like
And I was convinced
completely,
by
I'm like,
that.
no, I'm not that person. You probably have me mistaken with someone.
Yes, and so you made sure that you ordered and paid for whatever you got, and you took it home, and you really liked it. And that was the feedback from you and your family. And that is your process, that if you like it, you'll go to the next step, which is what we're doing today.
And then again, thanks for bringing that up, because we call it our secret mission. And I actually on that day got scolded by my daughter, because she's like, how could you do that to a lady? Like, how could you deny on her face like that you're not that person? Like, she must have felt like so embarrassed.
Yeah, I was embarrassed.
How could you do that to her? So, मुझे डांट पड़ चुकी है अपनी बेटी से. She really scolded me. But again, apart from me being a food critic, a food reviewer, right? Our daughter mashallah, is one of the biggest food critics.
Okay.
I just had one bite of the jerk chicken. She finished it off.
Love at the first
She
bite.
loved it. She loved it. And the second thing that she loved was the pina colada dessert.
Okay.
And I told her that this is something that you make yourself.
Yes, from scratch. I always loved cooking
Right.
and baking. And I remember that the last time I made the cake, my brother loved it.
Okay.
And he said, you should just quit everything and start making this dessert in a cup. So that is what I thought of. Like, I thought this was the perfect time to do it. And yep, that is how Cake in a Cup started.
So Shima's cake in a cup, pina colada, black forest.
I make it from scratch, so the cake itself, everything is made from scratch. So it does take a lot of time. It's very time consuming. So for now, yes, that is what we're offering. But for sure, in future, I will add more to it.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
So let's get Yasser in here,
Sure.
and I'll leave the two, husband and wife. I still can't figure out who's the boss and who's not. So,
Well, I have the shirt on.
so I'll let them, do the talking and let them kind of fight out that battle. So I'll see you in a bit.
Thank you very much for Into Spice for giving us this platform to reach out to our customers and future customers. It was great having you guys here, try our food. And I just want to let you know a little bit more about Island Grill. We are located inside Dill Pickle Wraps. We open from 3 p.m. till 12 a.m. on the weekdays. And on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we open until 2 a.m. So we are a late night spot. Come on by. We got the poutines, we got the wings, and we got the fries, everything you need late night.
And I would like to say that we greatly, truly appreciate Into Spice for giving us this platform to showcase our Caribbean-inspired food. And we're confident that you guys will like it. We are also offering our customers who would come in, and if they mention Into Spices to us, and if they spend $30 or more, they'll get an order of our Chimichurri Fries to enjoy along with whatever they order. And the offer is valid for a month after the blog goes up. So please check out the pinned comment to get the exact date.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Into Spices.
Follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram is Island Grill Takeout. We are also on TikTok. Thank you so much.
Apart from all this amazing flavors, they've got two desserts over here. We've got the black forest and the pina colada. Cake in a cup, that's how she described it, because again, it's kind of cake, but in a cup. Desserts ko dekh ke, I'm just getting a little bit confused. और Instagram पे अगर आपने हमारी रील्स देखी हो उस पर एक डायलॉग ज़रूर होता है, एक फॉर्मेट होता है, confused don't be. If you're not following us on Instagram, follow करें यार, because Instagram पे, like we try to have fun on Instagram and make like creative, fun reels, right? So follow us on Instagram as well. It's the same handle, Into Spices. So follow us over there as well. तो वही अभी जो है मेरे साथ एक situation हो रही है that I'm getting a little bit confused. Which one should I start with? If you were over here, like in my place, right? And if you had ordered both the desserts, Black Forest as well as Pina Colada, which one would you go for? Let me know in the comment section. Black Forest की तरफ चलते हैं because again B comes before P, so Black Forest and then Pina Colada. It's got like a layer per layer of cake, then it's got like fresh cream on top. Let's try. The cake in itself, very moist, very fluffy, melt in your mouth. And the cream. Pakistan में कराची में जिस तरह से bakeries पे मिलता है ना, the Black Forest cake and the pineapple fresh cream cake, it's kind of going to remind you of that. It's not overly, like very sweet, very balanced flavors. All you're getting is, like this really nice aftertaste. Once the cake kind of melts and dissolves and disintegrates in your mouth, you're getting this really nice taste, like satisfying taste that you had something excellent. Last item of the day, the Pina Colada cake in a cup. Really nice, moist, fluffy pineapple cake, fresh cream pineapple cake. This one, usually मैं desserts के लिए नहीं बोलता, but this one is hashtag next level. So, अब मैं ख़त्म करता हूँ, but ख़त्म करने से पहले एक ज़रूरी बात, once again, तहे दिल से, from the depths of our hearts, right? Thank you to each and every one of you जो हमारी इस जर्नी का हिस्सा बनते हैं. Every week we try to bring you some inspirational stories, अच्छे से travel vlogs, and we've got mashallah a lot of returning viewers on our channel, right? Almost 85%, close to 85%. I'm looking at you. आपने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया हुआ, so please छोटा सा फेवर है, पैसे नहीं लगते, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो so that we can keep bringing, you know, मज़े के vlogs, travel vlogs, hidden gems around the GTA, around the world for your entertainment. Hit the like button. Friends, family के साथ especially who like the Caribbean, you know, like the heat, the spices, उनके साथ ज़रूर शेयर कीजिएगा. मिलते हैं next episode में. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, take care. अल्लाह निगहबान. अब मैं ही ख़त्म करता हूँ.